New Year resolutions fail by February. Why? It has two reasons. One of the reasons is: are you an eagle or a chicken?
What? Really asking?
No, don't click away yet. You gonna love this. Even if you forget the whole video, you will remember this one story. You will always remember the picture of the eagle who grew up with chicken, who thought he is a chicken, who scratched the earth searching worms and insects. Until one day, seen a bird in the sky and asked its neighbor, "Who is that?" And the neighbor says, "Don't worry, this is just an eagle. Yes, this is the king of the sky. This is the most majestic bird on the earth. But don't worry too much. We are chicken. We cannot fly." And so the eagle continued his life as a chicken and died as a chicken.
That sucks.
Can you picture him? And can you picture yourself as you are making your New Year resolution and it fails just like 70% of the humanity's goals are failing? How many dreams did you leave unfulfilled in 2024? And how would it feel if by the end of 2025 you would be able to say, "That was the best year in my entire life"? New Year resolutions fails by two reasons. First one, we lack self-reflection. Second, we don't set the goals in a right way. Congratulations if you are still with me. I will help you to close the year through specific questions, and I will show you how to set realistic and inspiring goals for 2025.
Let's go!
I divided this video for 4 big chapters. If one of the chapter interests you more, feel free to just go there and listen or watch the content. In the first chapter, we will talk about why is it crucial to close the year properly, and I will share with you 27 questions which will kind of act as a signpost, a help guide to go through this process. In the second chapter, we will discuss the most important element which is essential for a successful year and reflection. In the third one, we will explore why we give up our goals, what we can do to prevent this, and we will talk about the secrets of setting goals in the right way. And I will illustrate all of this with practical examples. Finally, I will share 4 techniques and habits you can incorporate during the year, making sure you are sticking to the plan and not giving up. It seems it will be a very packed video, so let's dive into it. The year-end reflection is basically a mental cleanup, clearing away unnecessary emotional burdens and laying the foundation for a successful and intentional new year. Looking back helps process and let go of things that no longer serve us. Letting go of the what-ifs helps to reduce anxiety. Drawing lessons deepens self-awareness. This helping us to recognize what worked, what didn't work, and helps us not to repeat the mistakes. Increasing self-confidence by making clear that we are capable of learning and growing. Looking back can act as a ritual that creates an emotional bridge between the past and the future, helping us to avoid being stuck in the past or having too much fear from the future. Helps identify which aspects were within our control and which weren't, reducing victim mentality and creating a more realistic self-image. If you want to do a reflection exercise, the most simple, if by any chance you've been writing a list last year, that what are your goals, what would you like to achieve, and now you just check this list and you just say, okay, I fulfill this one and not this one and this one and not and yes, and you will have a clear picture how your year went. But if you don't have this list, don't worry too much. I have 27 questions which goes through many aspects of your life. I will list these 27 questions here. If you're not interested here now, just jump the video. But if you really want to take seriously this closing the year experience, then I really recommend that go through the questions one by one. Just stop the video, answer the question, answer in writing, and you immediately create a list for 31st of December 2025. You can go through and check how was your year. what was your intention before, and what became reality. So let's see the questions now. If you had to describe the year in 3 words, what would they be? What was the happiest moment of the year? What are the 3 things you are most proud of? What problem did you solve that you thought was difficult? Which skill or habit did you develop that you can be proud of? What was the hardest moment of the year? Why was it hard for you, and how did you feel during it? What did you learn from that situation? Who taught you the most this year? Who did you give the most this year? What did you do for your health that made you feel better? What habits weakened your health, and how did they affect you? What's one thing your body asked of you that you should have paid attention to? What was your biggest professional success this year? What was the biggest challenge at work, and how did you handle it? What financial goals did you achieve that you are proud of? What new skills or knowledge did you gain in your work this year? What activities did you spend too much time on this year? What didn't you dedicate enough time to, even though you wanted to? What dream did you move closer to this year? What goal did you give up on, and why? When did you feel most authentic this year? In what situation did you lose confidence, and why? How did you process the tough emotions of the year? What are you grateful for this year? Write down at least 5 things. What is one thing you would wholeheartedly thank you life for this year? And for the last question, please answer on a separate sheet. What do you need to let go of to move forward more easily? Why did I ask you to use a separate sheet? Because if you want, you can do a let go exercise. This is one of the practical exercises. If you want, I'm sure you already heard, whatever you want to let go from your life, you just burn the paper. You can burn the paper, or the other thing is just have a stone, a big piece of stone, and just wrap the paper around this stone, around this rock, and just throw it away, even from the top of the mountain, or even just throw it in the river or in the lake. Make sure that you will never see it, you cannot find it, and it's really just away from you. And maybe you think, Zsuzsa is so childish, really? This is the best you can give, you can recommend for me? Look, if you never did this in your life, but you have this opinion, at least try. It sounds really trivial, but when you see the paper is burning, when you see that the letters turning into white, and you see that everything made you like really heavy, is just disappearing, and you know that the paper is just melting in the bottom of a river. This feeling is really just when you're just releasing some really heavy stuff from your shoulder, from your chest, and you feel that I'm free, I can breathe again. You don't have to believe it works, but at least try and you will see it works or not. And after, you can comment me below. And next, let's talk about the most important component of year-end reflection: gratitude.
I am grateful.
Letting go is vital, but gratitude is equally, if not more, essential. Gratitude is not just an emotional state. It is a practice which positively impacts your brain, your hormones, basically the overall body function. I will explain. Gratitude helps you to focus your attention on positive things even in difficult times, which can reduce the impact of negative emotions like depression, like anxiety. So basically it supports the ability to cope with stress and other negative emotions. Expressing and experiencing gratitude activates several brain regions, for example, the prefrontal cortex. Its activity supports rational thinking and maintaining positive emotions. The other is the hypothalamus, which plays a role in stress regulation. Gratitude reduces the level of cortisol, the stress hormone, improving the overall emotional state. And we can mention the amygdala. The gratitude reduces the activity of this part of the brain, which is the center of the fear and anxiety. But it's equally important to mention the hormonal changes created by the gratitude in the body. Grateful thoughts are increasing dopamine level, creating sense of joy, impacts serotonin, reducing depressive symptoms and improving mood, boosting oxytocin, the love hormone, enhancing social bonds and trust, and finally, as I already mentioned, it lowers cortisol, so helping to ease stress and promote a sense of calm. So basically, the benefits of practicing gratitude, reducing depression, anxiety, and increasing overall satisfaction and happiness. Through improving trust, we can build deeper connections. And as grateful people are less prone to illness, they live longer. And if you think, wow, gratitude does all of these things, yes, I definitely want to practice gratitude, but I don't know how. Well, it's the easiest thing. You can write a gratitude journal, for example. Write down 3, 4, 5 things every day you are grateful for it regarding the day. Or even you can write a thank you letter for a person, for yourself, or even to the universe. Or if you are not this kind of graphoman type of person, then when you are going to sleep, just think through your day. Just think about, try to find 3 things, minimum 3 things you are grateful for it, even if your day was super crap. Or if you're already doing this and it works for you, in the morning when you wake up, think about what are the things you can be grateful for. And maybe you think in the morning, I just woke up, what I should be grateful for. You can be grateful that you woke up. You can be grateful for it that you are able to breathe, that you have a bed underneath you and that you are in a house and maybe it's a winter and maybe you have heating and you will have a breakfast very soon. That's the thing. We have so many things we can be grateful for them, but we take them so granted that we don't even notice them anymore. And our life is full of things we can be grateful for them and we just not paying attention for them and we just really busy with the thoughts that, oh, my life is so horrible. Me personally, I will finish the 2024 in this way, that I will write down what are the things I can be grateful for this year, and that will in overall helps me to close the year with a positive vibe. Psychology provides several insights why New Year resolutions are not working. Why do we fail? I will go through the most common reasons backed by the research of psychology. Lack of specificity and clarity. Many resolutions are too vague. I want to lose weight. I want to earn more money. But it really is not a clear plan. You cannot really measure that. What does it mean, lots of money? If I earn $5 or £5 more, did I reach the goal because it's more than nothing, or I need 5 million? Basically, without clarity, the brain, the mind doesn't know what is the next step, where do I need to go. For example, instead of saying, I want to have lots of money, you can replace it like, I start to have some savings and let's say not going out to have dinner every night. I just go once a month or once a week and I start to track my expenses, for example. Second, why the intention can fail, because we have unrealistic expectations. People lots of times have very huge ambitious goals. In this month I will lose 10 kilograms. And of course we fail. It's healthier if you say, let's say in this month I want to lose 1 kilo, or this week I want to lose half kilo or 1 kilo, and changing my lifestyle gradually. If we are over optimistic with the expectations, the problem is that we don't pay attention for the time, for the effort we need, and for the obstacles maybe will rise in our journey. And of course, when the process is getting slower than we expected, it's really easy to give up. The third reason is motivation fades over time. And of course, in January, if you go to the gyms, all of the gym are full of people because the motivation is super high. But as the old habits are surfacing, we slowly moving away from the gym, and by February, March, there is no one there. To form a new habit, we need consistent motivation, consistent new routine. having a lasting change, we need to shift the focus. For example, I'm not jumping on the scale every single night, but I'm concentrating that, I have more energy. My old clothes are fitting on me again. Don't forget to celebrate milestones and always try to remind yourself what is your long-term goal. If the resolutions are too big, too overwhelming, yes, that can cause that we give up. If I focus on a massive long-term goal, for example, I want to run a marathon, that can be challenging. Instead, if I break down into small achievable bits and pieces, there will be a bigger chance that I will achieve this goal at one day. Because for the brain is a big struggle to deal with this complete task, but small incremental changes easier for the brain to manage and sustain. For example, if your goal is I will give up junk food completely and I will exercise every single day, maybe it's too much. But for example, if you say yes, I will run 20 minutes 3 times a week, I will reduce soda intake, is maybe more achievable. The 5th reason we give up, lack of emotion connection to the goal. Many times when we bring the resolution in our life, it's based on social expectations and not on our personal motivation. For example, if I just want to look good because I want to be looking good for other people, there is no emotional connection. But if I want to be stronger because I don't want to lose my breath when I'm playing with my children, or I want to have financial security because I want to provide it to my family, that's a different story. Next reason, fear of failure and perfectionism. Some people abandon their goals even after the first little slip, after the first little failure, believing that they failed completely. If you have the tendency to have this all or nothing thinking, that can sabotage your process. Try to think about mistakes or failures like an opportunity to learn, to grow. Missing one workout or eating a slice of cake, your friends inviting you to a pizza party, it doesn't mean you failed completely. First, you can eat a little bit smaller pizza, and life is just life. We have to live our life. Of course, we're not going pizza party every single night, but once a week, once a month, it happens. No, it is not a problem. Next day, you will go back to your routine and you will continue. Very easy to give up goals as well if we lack social support. Without accountability and encouragement, it's harder to stay consistent, mainly if you are facing with something challenging. If you share your goal with supportive friends, or if you're finding a social group who can support you, the success rate is much higher. So maybe it's a good idea to join for a class or a club, and they might be able to help you to hold you being accountable. Next reason, old habits die hard. If you have some old habits and you want to get rid of them, but you don't replacing them with something new, something sustainable, is really easy to fall back. For example, if you are like snacking in front of the TV, well, it will be really hard not to do it from tomorrow just because you decided. It's much easier if you continue snacking, but you have some different kind of healthy snacks, and instead of a big jar of Nutella, you are having some hummus with carrots or something, whatever you fancy. Next reason, misalignment with identity. If the resolution doesn't really fit to my self-identity, the picture, how I see myself, I will less likely to follow through. For example, if someone doesn't see himself or herself as I'm a fit person, there is a big chance that they will give up the fitness routine. Studies shows that reframing your goals more in alignment with your desired identity can lead to more consistent behavior. For example, stop saying that I'm not the person who is doing workout and I'm not a fitness person. Instead, reframe, I'm getting a person who is enjoying to look after her body. Or shift from, oh, I'm really bad managing money, to I'm learning how to invest and how to manage my finances better. And the third reason we give up, we don't have proper system to track the progress. Most of the time people failing tracking their progress, which means it's really hard to see how far we came. It's really interesting for me as a yoga teacher to see that how my clients' body, they practice changing over the months and the years. But they think that, oh, I didn't change anything, I'm still the same crab practitioner, though they just able to do things they didn't even dream at the beginning. as we are in the story, it's really hard to see ourselves. So have some journal, have some application, find something how to measure from where are you starting and where are you in a month, 2 months, or in a year. So long story short, psychology suggests that to make resolutions work, we need to keep these things. First, we have to set SMART goals. SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Focus on habits. Create small, sustainable changes instead of one drastic change. Build emotional connection. Choose goals which are truly resonates with your values. Embrace flexibility. Allow mistakes to happen and adapt if it's needed. Track progress. Regularly measure and celebrate your achievements, even the small ones. Seek support. Share your goal with supporting friends, join groups, or even hire a coach. And we reached the fourth part of the video, which I mentioned that this is my favorite. It makes me always very excited. I will share with you 4 ritual ideas which helps you to keep on track. I call the first one the time capsule for the future you. So basically it's really simple. You just write a letter for the future you. But how do you write this letter? Now you are sitting here, you have your intentions for the next year. Imagine you sit down, you write a letter, and today is 31st of December 2025. So basically next year is already gone. And you write down, oh, I'm so proud of yourself or myself that I stick to my fitness routine. Oh, I really enjoy this journey, this trip to my dream destination. Write down everything, all of your intentions, like they already happened, and put it in an envelope. If you want, you can add little objects. It's not necessary, it's just optional. That everything helps for your brain to process even more. Like if you want to work on self-care, then maybe you have a little flower, dry flower, you put it in. If you want to work about your money goals, maybe you put some money in the envelope. Whatever can be a representation of your goal or goals, and close the envelope and put it aside and open it next year in the same time, and you will see where did you go with your goals. It works mainly because you create an emotional investment, and of course you are visualizing all of the things you would like to achieve. The second tool is like a candle of intentions. You will need a candle and a piece of paper. You light the candle and write down all of your goals and intentions. And visualize everything, just feel everything. And during the year, relighting the candle again and again will help you to reconnect with your goals if by any chance you started to get disconnected from them. This will help you to focus your intention and grounding your goals in a certain action. The third one I call memory box. This is kind of my favorite. You just have a box. Feel free to decorate this box if you really want to create emotional connection. And during the year, if anything, any success happen, you can write down in a little paper, or you can find any representation, maybe have a little coin or whatever, and put into this box. Every single success has to be in this little box. And guess what? At the end of the year, you open up this box and you will see all of the success stories, because at the end of the day, honestly, I went through all of the questions by myself as well, and what I'm proud of and what I achieved, and sometimes I just have a blank state and I thought, I don't know. So I normally use my diary, what I write during the whole year, and go through and, yes, this has happened, yes, this happened. Because it's really easy to forget mainly the successful thing, because the brain always wants to concentrate on the negative things. Now you have all of the reminder, and just celebrate all of your success, even the small ones, even the big ones. And the fourth one, have celebration day regularly, even every month, or if you want every week, I don't mind. But don't just grind and try to achieve your goals, but stop sometimes and say, okay, now I celebrate this achievement, even the smallest one. It is really important to encourage ourselves that yes, I've done it. Yes, I'm capable. Yes, I'm able to do. And just tap your own shoulder. Invite yourself for a cafe, or go to have a walk with your friends, or do something you really truly enjoy and celebrate your success. The end of the year is not just a change of numbers. This is the moment when you can decide who you want to become. And be bold.
You'll be bold.
Be the one who not just dreaming, but who takes action. Be the one who refuses to be a chicken. And the new year is the perfect opportunity to prove that you are more than capable to do this. Just ask yourself right now, how many dreams of you failed in 2024 just because you had a fear to have the first step? And in 2025, take this step. There is no more time to wait. This is the very moment to start your new and perfect life. So, what is your New Year's resolution? Feel free to share down in the comment section, and if you subscribe to my channel, is a perfect place to come back next year, keeping yourself accountable and tracking your progress and encouraging others, as we all need a bit of encouragement all the time. Don't forget to like my video, don't forget to subscribe my channel. I wish you a 2025 when all of your resolutions are coming into reality. See you in the next one. Adios.